wonder what goes on with an Uber affiliate. You got guys like Paul and Larby that are doing tons of volume. And what's the difference between somebody who's just getting started versus doing millions of dollars a month, right? In our company, we've got 50 people. We have clients like California Pizza Kitchen, WWE, Analog Devices, a number of these name brand guys that are running millions of dollars in campaigns. Now, how do you manage these really large campaigns, and how does that apply to affiliate marketing? You know, if you're new to PPC, or maybe you don't have the benefit of having run this much volume, then what are things that you need to know? What are mistakes that people who haven't done this before do? So I'm going to walk through a couple examples, and I'm going to show you some of our back end so you can see what it's really like, right? Because I think a lot of what's going on in affiliate marketing, is bullshit 202, where people are claiming that they're making all this money, but they're not, right?
Now I'll put it on my head.
So we'll talk about how it's done. Only got 5 or 6 minutes. We'll go really fast, and then we'll talk about how Tracking 202, Prosper 202 can actually help solve some of those headaches. So, how do you scale a campaign to $1 million a month? And first off, you have to have the projector on. You can steal campaigns. You can brand bid. If you're running a dating site, if you're pushing traffic to Match, you can bid on True. If you're pushing traffic to True, you can bid on Match. Contact your friendly affiliate manager. Ask for the keywords of the other affiliates. Submit fake leads. Make sure you rotate the IP. No, I'm lying. This is not what you do. Or fake it till you make it. You don't actually make the money. Just pretend you're a baller. This is what's really going on when you're optimizing to a CPA. So if you've got a certain CPA that you're shooting for, you're getting paid $6 a lead, and you're able to get that traffic for $4, then you're making a $2 margin. So how do you maximize your margin while increasing your volume? You can have 500,000 keywords. You could have a zillion ads. You can have all these landing pages. There's all these different sources you could buy traffic from. But as a one-man show or a two-person show, how do you focus your time? How do you know what you should be doing? If you break it down, a CPA is really your CPC divided by your conversion rate. Your CPC is based on your CPR, or CTR, and your CTR is influenced by the average position, the quality of your ad copy, all these other things. So if you are able to systematically go through this and analyze what's going on with your campaign, you can figure out, it's my landing page, or it's my targeting, or it's the keywords, or it's the time of day that I'm bidding, where you can figure out where your campaigns are broken rather than just needle in a haystack randomly going through campaigns. I'll give you an example of a before and after. So this is a client that they do self-serve, self-employed software for you're a 1099 individual contractor, and you need some software to manage your finances. This is the landing page before. Just by making this change to this landing page or this landing page, you probably can't see some of these stats here. This is the new Google AdWords, if you guys have seen this before. We took over this campaign, and they were getting, if you can see here, I apologize, it's small, their cost per conversion was $15.85, and they were doing 145 leads a month. Change the landing pages up. The next day, we're here at $8.88, $7.17, $4.80 3 days later, right? Keeping the same volume. Actually, we increased the volume, and we cut the cost per lead by a third, if not a quarter. Now, when you get this kind of experience, you learn a lot about how to do PPC. So if you don't have a lot of money and you don't have $1 million to spend, the way you want to think about PPC is that you're learning off testing, right? You're basically buying data. So here's a great tip. Find a client that you can take where you can manage your PPC campaign. Somebody who maybe has $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. You'd be surprised how many people have that kind of money, right? And you can learn off of that. I learned at Yahoo, right? Millions of dollars. I ran a lot of PPC campaigns at Yahoo. That's how I learned. And the odds of doing better than an in-house agency or their internal search marketer, you'll probably do a lot better. So that's a great tip, right? Learn off of someone else's data. Someone else who's got $1 million a year, those people are so easy to find. Because a lot of the agencies, we hear at AdTech, a lot of these guys have no idea what they're doing with PPC. The bigger they are, the worse they are at PPC. Trust me, a lot of these campaigns that we get come from these guys, right? And here's another example. Your CTR is going to vary by position. This is the data that we have across Google, Yahoo, and MSN. Your conversion rate is going to be different by position. There's all these other things that you can see as an example. So for example, here, this is Google versus Yahoo. This is optimization, right? This is actually actually the presentation I gave at SMX Sydney for the advanced PPC track. We're covering about an hour's worth of data in 6 minutes, if that's okay with you.
Nice.
And then calculating the ECPM, right, which is what we just talked about before, breaking down that pyramid, looking at CTR times EPC. Okay, so if you look at the overall framework of what do you do to optimize a PPC campaign, a lot of people think there's software and tools, and they think that that's a substitute for not knowing what you're doing. For any 1 unit of effort that you put in bid optimization, having the right keywords is 10 times as important. In the same way that having the right targeting, just like Jonathan was talking about, is probably 10 times more important than the way that you choose your keywords or how big your portfolio is. And a lot of people like to say, oh, I got 1 million keywords in my portfolio. Yeah, well, how many of them are actually worth anything, actually convert for you? Oh, like 10? Okay, right? So targeting is 10 times more important than keywords. Your ad copy is 10 times more important than your targeting. And then your landing pages are where it's really at. If you really want to affect conversion, right, landing pages are 10 times more important than ad copy, which is 10 times more important all the way on down. And if you are running the PPC campaigns for your advertiser, there's a few benefits. First, you have control over the entire flow. You own the landing pages. You can make sure your ad copy ties to your landing pages. You have an exclusive. You're not competing against all the other affiliates to try to do Google Cash or Asai or anything like that, right? And thus you have the longevity also of an agency relationship. You're their agency, and you're going to be able to make steady income. A big problem in affiliate marketing is that you have folks who are, you make a lot of money. One day you make $20,000, the next day you make nothing, or you lose $10,000, and you up and down, right? It's like a guy on a coke habit. But the best of both worlds is get some real world clients that have a real conversion, sell them on performance, tell them you're going to manage your PPC, you're going to prove that they're going to convert better, just like the example I was showing you, and you learn off of their data. You have the best of both worlds. You basically are an exclusive affiliate. No one else can compete against you. It's amazing. Okay, so here's the secret. So a lot of affiliates are. Oh, we lose this? Okay. A lot of affiliates are. You're a one-man show. So what are you going to do, right? I mean, you can build PPC campaigns. You can build landing pages. Maybe you're not an engineer. You got to do marketing. You do biz dev. You got to watch your finances. You got to talk to the tax person. How do you do all of this as one person? How do you spend all your time? There's all these offers. You go to networking events like this one. Anything that you're not good at, outsource it. There's plenty of companies that can build you landing pages. You can rip off landing pages from other guys. There's a lot of ways that you can be more efficient. So I don't even do my own laundry because we have the maids come in and do this for everyone in our company because it's better to pay that maid $15 an hour than to have our engineers trying to do their own laundry. Plus they feel baller because they know the maid comes every week. And we also have a massage therapist who comes in who's also a client, right? And the other thing is that there's a lot of people with big ideas and they talk about all these big plans that they have. They're all psyched from coming to ad tech and they're meeting all these affiliates. But how many of those do you actually finish? Do you finish what you start? And so if you use project management software, we use Basecamp, you can use Track, there's other open source software. If you operate like a real business and you can execute and you even have an office and you're not just operating out of your basement in your pajamas, then you're going to be able to get a lot more projects done. I think this is the thing people are going to find is interesting. So I'll give you an example. Like this is WWE. I don't know if we can see it on the screen resolution here, but I'll minimize it. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So we're running on multiple engines. This is for WWE Shop where we're selling t-shirts and other kinds of knickknacks that people who like wrestling are into, right? You can see here's the revenue number. Here's the PPC cost number. Okay? That's what a big campaign looks like. If you're managing things inside like a Basecamp, then you can track your people. This is the Blitz Local Basecamp. These are the people that we have on the different projects, right? You can see here we have people that are tracked. If you come over, you can see the project.